G'day folks, this is Corey Hind. I hope you're really well. I wanted to shoot a quick video talking about some common mistakes that I see with Google Business Profiles because I get lots of questions. People reach out and ask for me to audit their accounts. I take on new accounts and I do consulting, and people make a variety of errors that quite frankly aren't that hard to fix. They just take some time. I mean, in reality, if you simply logged on to your profile every day and did some work on it, you'd avoid most of these mistakes. So I'll work through them. Hopefully it's useful. Please do subscribe to the channel. I'm doubling down, maybe tripling down on YouTube this year because I can see the value of Google products. So I'm really into it, and I'll be doing more of my stuff here rather than Facebook. So the video is called 9 Google Business Profile Mistakes to Avoid. There are more. These are based on a few interactions over the last 2 to 3 weeks, so they've come together quite nicely. Now, just remember, guys, that you might only be making 1 or 2 of these mistakes, which could cost you top spot on Google. Okay, so I'm seeing more and more businesses get leads for their business directly from the Google Business Profile, either calls or people messaging them from Google Search or Google Maps. So I see all of these things. Now, you might only have to fix 1 or 2 to get you higher in the rankings and get more free leads from Google. So whatever these are, just get in there and fix them. If you need some help, feel free to comment below about your specific case, and I'll see if I can give you some advice as well. So the first one I see, and I see this all the time, is people simply not using the post feature. When you use Google Business Profile, part of what we do for clients is we post regularly. On the left-hand side of Google Business Profile Manager, there's a word that says post. We do that 2 to 3 times every week for every client, simply because we know that it helps them to rank higher, and that's what they pay us for. So occasionally we find businesses where they haven't done that, sometimes ever, oftentimes haven't used it for months and months and months. Now, they do become visible on Google, especially when searching from the phone. They come up as updates. It helps tell a story about your business. Bottom line is, you just have to use the thing, okay? It's not rocket science. Google puts features in there. If you use all of the features, it's likely you'll rank really well. So do use the post feature. We've done other trainings about what to do. Maybe just treat it like a frequently asked question area. You get a question, answer it for people, write a short post about it, pop it there, because that will help you to grow. Okay, so make sure you do that. Number 2 is not using the products feature. So on the left-hand side of the Google Business Profile Manager, there's a bunch of things. If you're a business that has products that you sell, then you should use this feature, because people are looking around these Google Business Profiles. They want to learn more about your business. They want to gain some trust, and they want to learn about you. So jump in there and use it if you have products. Likewise, the services feature. If you have services, do the same thing. Number 3 is photos not being added. Now, we, as a standard thing, when we take on a new account, we find all of the photos they have on Facebook, etc. We download them to our machine, mine or my contractor. We upload it to Google Business Profile because people are very visual. You know, you've heard the old saying that a picture tells 1,000 words. Well, it really does. So get in there and add those pictures. You can then use them later on for more in-depth posts. But in the very beginning, get pictures on there. We know, and I'll use this phrase quite often, right? It's a key part of our recipe for Google success. So when we take on a client, we know, like every week usually, we'll ask our clients, have you got any new photos of products or your workplace or work you've done, befores and afters, whatever it might be, because we know that the more photos we add to a listing, the higher it ranks, the more leads it gets, and that's what we're getting paid for. So of course we do that. So get in there and add some photos to your listing. It's really useful. Number 4 is not engaging with the listing. Okay, with the listing. What this means is not replying to reviews. Maybe you haven't turned on the messaging feature. You do get questions through it as well. Remember, these are real people. They're interested in your business. So make sure that you reply to them. Make sure you engage with them. We know now that more and more people aren't even visiting websites. They're just using Google My Business, Google Business Profile listings. They're engaging. They're asking questions, going straight to a sale or a booking. So quite frankly, you're mad not to engage with them. Okay, it's not rocket science. People ask you, it's like the phone ringing in your business in the old days. You pick it up, it could be a customer. Okay, Number 5 is people ignoring the services tab. So the services tab on the left-hand side of the Google Business Profile Manager is a great place to ensure that your services are listed and they're correct. Google changes these all the time. So make sure you do get in there and ensure that you've accepted any changes Google's applied, and then delete if you need to, or added words, keywords to them if you have to. Get onto that services tab often, because I check out clients every second or third day, and in the last month, the first month of this year, I've seen changes, sometimes 3 changes already in 2022 for some of our clients. So what it says to me is Google wants us to be there regularly to update it and make sure it's given a good reflection of what we do. And we know, again, recipe for success, the more you log on and pay attention to this listing, the higher you rank. Okay. In fact, as I was prepping this yesterday, like I check mine every second day for Good Oil Marketing. As I was prepping this some work yesterday, mine had changed again. Like it added some funny services that I don't do. So I deleted them and then added some words to my other services to make sure that they were nice and complete and fully descriptive. Now, number 6 is the listing name. A bit controversial, but what we know is that Google recommends that you use your business name. You don't keyword stuff it, so you can't say Good Oil Marketing, SEO, 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 but you can say Good Oil Marketing, Digital Marketing Tauranga. You can add a bit of a descriptor which aligns with what people are searching for. We've tested this a lot, and we know that there's no penalties there unless you keyword stuff it, which is a really unnatural looking name for your listing. Number 7, not gathering enough reviews. This is really, really important because we know that Google is building the all-time best business directory here with Google Business Profile, by far. It's by far the best business directory, and it's got a lot of trust. So people now know that a Google review is very hard to delete or fake, okay? So there's a lot of trust there because people know from their own reviews and placement reviews that you can't game the system. Now, we also know that it's another part of the recipe for success. The more good reviews you get, the higher your ranking goes, and the more trust people build with your listings, therefore they get in touch. Okay, so it really is the game of marketing. It's like the old saying that people don't believe you when you talk about your business, but they believe other people. So that's why we use reviews a lot. So make sure you get in there. To me, I'm going to highlight this phrase here. Businesses must or should develop a system to harness reviews. They should have that, even if it's a standard email that goes out to every customer once they've done business with you, asking for areas of improvement, and then here's our link for a review. Or you've got a form at the front of the business with a QR code, or you've got a page on your website that you send the link to people to leave you advice, reviews, tips, all that sort of stuff, because it's important, okay? Number 8 is, I see this one very frequently, is that people set up their listing and they just put down their service area as the suburb or locality where they are physically located. However, they could serve a much wider area. For example, I'm in Otumotai, Tauranga, but I can serve anywhere. So I list out different suburbs of Tauranga, and then I list New Zealand more widely. If I was a plumber in this suburb, I would list all the surrounding suburbs, even the whole town's suburbs, because I do want to capture leads from all those areas. So look at the service areas in your info tab, make sure that it's accurate. That info tab is really important, which leads us on to that one. Often I go into the info tab, which is on the left-hand side of the Google Business Profile Manager. I go there and people just haven't completed all the bits and pieces. They haven't put an open date. They don't have a different URL for contact us. They haven't written much about the business. So get in there and make sure that that's completed fully as well. Okay, so those 9 things, and that's under 10 minutes, that's great. Those 9 things, if you look through your Google Business Profile, ensure you're not making any of those mistakes, and then you pay attention to it each couple of days for the next week or so, you will see higher rankings, more leads. Okay, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It'll be great if you subscribed, and if you have any comments or questions, pop them below, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.